We're live now. Woo. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. Hello. Nancy K is here. Anybody in the house? We want the daddies in the house. About how postpartum mental health disorders affect moms or mothers or women. So today, I'm not talking much because daddies have said they want to call and talk. So there's a number. I think I've put a number up on the description, in the description thingy. I don't even know what that is. So there's a number there for people to call so that daddies can share their challenges, the challenges they face when they become parents. I'll just give the number again. I hear I'm supposed to pin it somewhere, but I'm really new to this thing. I don't know. I have no idea what to do. So I'll probably just, let's see if I can put it in somewhere. Sweet team, baby. Guys, you have the number. Please just comment to let me know that the number is there, that you've seen the number, please, because we're going to be calling. We're going to start calling very soon when a few more people get in. We don't enter Ghana, King Promise. Oh, they. Linda, mom, baby. So, you know, people, the healthcare system, people spend their time, you know, when they go for antenatal classes and all of those, all of the good stuff for mommies and babies. They concentrate, they teach daddies how to be supportive of mom and baby, but they kind of ignore the challenges and the worries and the father's role in this whole pregnancy and childbearing journey. So you have men who have their insecurities, they have their fears, they have their worries, they suffer anxiety. You even have men who I mean, it's common knowledge that men also go through postpartum depression. But the way our society is, or the way our community is, there are men who actually complain about things like this, and they are kind of ignored. They are kind of laughed at. Like they tell them, "Oh, man up, grow a pair," and all of that, you know. But so it makes men or daddies kind of reluctant to actually share these things and express how they truly feel. So today, I want to give daddies the opportunity to actually call and talk about some of these things, and we see how we can have a chat about this. And I said there was a surprise coming for today, and that surprise is actually a 2-time postpartum depression survivor. She's calling from Nigeria. She'll be calling from Nigeria to share her story with us, and I hope we are excited to hear from her, and then we will proceed to talk about the daddies. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Okay, the number is visible. Thank you, Dee. Thank you. Welcome, guys. Please keep sharing. Share, like, share. Tell us where you're watching from, and give me a wow face. I want to see wow faces and the hearts. Probably really one day with this show today, but Chai Keno will leave we. Ninos, you're not late. We're still about to start. Today it's Daddy's Day. Thank you, Daddy. Oh. Hey, what's happening to the music? Guys, you can start calling. Daddies, Obi has written to me. She's getting herself ready. So I wanted her to share her story before we get into the real juice of the day, but she's kind of running late. I'm sorry about that. So if there's anything that daddies have been dying to talk about, now is the time. Is actually a symptom. It's one of the symptoms of of intimacy, you know. So if there's a space in your relationship, a time where you're struggling with like the actual physical sex, the intercourse, it's not the end of the world. If you're struggling with that bit, it doesn't mean that the intimacy is not there. It doesn't mean that the foundation is not there, because most of the time these things are foundational. If you have a strong foundation with your partner and you can communicate properly, then they will understand that these phases are temporary, you know. So if the woman is complaining that she's going through so and so thing, it doesn't mean that it's the end, or it's that the relationship is dead because there's no sex for how many ever months it is. It's just a matter of having that strong foundation, that strong communication. And intimacy, especially for a woman, is not just about the intercourse itself. It's not just about the physical aspect. So there's a lot. That's a topic for another day, but I just wanted to clarify that one. I didn't tell anybody not to have sex with their husbands. No, I was just explaining something in relation to how these mental health things affect a woman, especially when she's had kids. So welcome, guys. Please keep sharing. Are you not ready to call yet? I'm not receiving any call. I'm not sure why. I didn't plan to talk a lot today because daddies have been bugging me all week that they want to express themselves. So in some countries it is a routine, like they routinely deny fathers from being present at birth with their children for the whole process. They actually deny fathers from being present for their children's births, and that one is for those countries. But some other countries have advanced, you know. Many countries in the West, there's the whole thing about including the daddy all the way. So I was not saying it to bash people who feel frightened or who are overwhelmed with the whole situation of being there when your wife or your partner, or when the mother of your baby is giving birth. I wasn't bashing them. I was just saying it's a very, very important, stage in especially in the child's life, in the baby's life, because that marks the beginning of that child's life, and that moment can never ever be replicated at any point in time in life ever again. So that's the moment that if a man experiences, he's going to cherish it for the rest of his life. And I mean, it's been well documented that men who are present at that point when the woman is giving birth actually are more involved in their children's lives than people who don't have that experience. Because, you know, the happiness or feel-good hormone, is it oxytocin? The levels rise when the whole bonding process is taking place, and not just the mom experiences it. So just that moment of you looking down at your partner and both of you looking at that child and kissing the child and saying, oh my God, look at her eyes, look at his eyes, he's beautiful, she's beautiful. Just that moment, it's a miraculous moment. It's a moment that you cannot miss. So I was not saying that people who don't want to be part of that should be crucified or anything like that. I'm just saying it's very important in a child's life and even in the parent's life for that child. So those are the two things I wanted to clarify for today. And I'm still waiting for the daddies. I've not seen any call yet, so I'm not sure what's happening. I'll continue my music small. Ooh. Sere, I see all una I'll start calling him. Very soon I'll start calling everybody's name who was bugging me during the week. I will call everybody's name to come here and call. Or I will talk the story, call name, saying that thing is ready part talk. Because we are here to educate one another. We are here to open up and talk about these things, so that we can reach out to people who are still holding on, who are still holding back. Father is expecting a baby, especially, and in some cases we don't even address the cases of when the baby was not planned. So you just show up with a pregnancy and then bam, throw it in his face. One, the baby, he was not expecting that we are going to have a baby now. It's all new, especially for first time dads. Yes, it's all new. to me? How am I going to deal with this? And then again, in relation to what I mentioned earlier, again, they cannot express these feelings the way they are supposed to express them, because everybody is expecting them to man up and be the supportive partner, you know. So they are ignoring their own support. They also need support at this point, but everybody is ignoring their support and concentrating the attention on the mom and the baby. So he's not feeling supported. He's afraid. He cannot express his fears, his worries, his insecurities, his anxiety. So he lashes out. So his own outlet probably is going to share a drink with his friends, or just lashing out at you, you know, at every opportunity. Some men actually show signs of it's called covert syndrome, which is sympathetic pregnancy. They actually show signs of these things. You have men who experience nausea and vomiting. You have men who it's actually funny speaking about it. You have men who actually have cravings when their partner is pregnant. And all of those things, all these things that these men feel, they cannot talk about them because they don't want to be laughed at. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to be called those names, you know. Stop being a P or whatever it is, you know. Nobody wants to be called a weakling. But that's why we're trying to find a way to be able to make these daddies understand that you can actually express yourself without feeling judged or without feeling like you're a failure. Because these things are normal. These are things that happen. You know, both of you, your mental health is as important as the woman's mental health to bring up a balanced child. So it's time for us to start talking about these things. It's important. So if we can't talk for pidgin because this English not easy. Of course, I know you talk pidgin. Nobody talk pidgin too. Mama J, you ask no kind question so. Ladies can call too. Oh. Mommy them una call too. Ladies call. Daddy they don't call her again. Okay. Somebody has decided to break the ice. Hello?
Hello?
Break ice via combi them. Yes. You see.
So everything about the man will be very challenging to start with. So
you probably here for dinner.
You go back all the way.
Guys, can you hear? Hello? Carry on, carry on. They'll answer for comment section.
This postpartum.
Incoming call.
Where the thing is disturbing. I wait to this now. Hello?
Hi Nancy. I'm Manny and I really, really love your show.
Hello?
Hello. Can you?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Obviously I'm not a man, but I think the topic that you're talking about is very, very important.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear.
Okay.
Guys, please let me know if you can hear the caller. Just comment. Just put in the comment section whether you can hear the caller, please. Hello? Yes.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, darling, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Obviously, I'm not a man, but obviously being a woman who has many female friends who've experienced postnatal depression and having husbands or boyfriends or partners, I think it's very, very underlooked, especially in the African community. Because I've personally found that a lot of the men just like take a step back when, example, their women are going through postpartum depression. So I think it's possibly down to the fact that they don't know how to manage the woman's behavior because it's something new to them.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
And also the fact that a lot of the women, especially like in the African community, try to hide the fact that they actually are suffering from postpartum depression. So with that, I think a lot of the guys, there's a lot of confusion on both sides.
Yeah.
So the women that are hiding it, and then the men also that are possibly in denial.
Yeah, denial.
Yeah. And some of them actually, I said it, they're not equipped to deal with the woman's emotional instability.
Yep.
And again, like a lot of the resources, especially here in the UK, as you rightly said, are geared towards support for the woman.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And a lot of the time, the men are just sidelined as if the women are single mothers, but the women are not single mothers. They have partners, husbands at home with them, but there's little or no support put in place for the man.
Yeah.
So, but I also have another point that within the African community, if, for example, maybe your wife or your partner is behaving in a different kind of way, so, I found that a lot of the men will possibly be too shy, or they will be embarrassed to probably tell even, a close friend to ask for support.
Yeah.
So they'll possibly suffer in silence at home.
Yeah.
And again, obviously, possibly their behavior now starts coming out, possibly with a lot of anger. This could lead to domestic violence. And obviously, as we know, domestic violence is not just physical abuse, it's mental, psychological, and financial.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if it were just imagine a woman who is going through, just had a baby, she's going through postpartum depression, and then she has a partner or a husband who's obviously maltreating her at the same time, not because he actually wants to be like that in a lot of the cases, but because she doesn't know how to manage her behavior.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that the fathers also seek help.
Thank you. Fathers need to seek help for themselves, and there has to be a lot more support groups and things that can just, like equip them for these drastic changes as well. So
Absolutely.
that's a very valid point there. That is a valid point. Thank you.
I just want to say, I love your show. You're beautiful, excellent. Continue going. I'll keep on watching.
Thank
and I'll
you.
be sharing your show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. So caller 1 is gone, and hey Obi, we've been waiting for you to come share your story. There's a number, there's a number there. I don't know. Guys, please keep posting the number so people coming in can see. Yes, Obi, that's the number you should call. That's the number you should call. The number that's on the... Oh, another caller. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Are we live?
Yes, we are.
Okay. I'm just going to share pretty much, just shed some light really. Not sharing my experience per se, because I didn't go through this. Well, I was one of the lucky ones.
Okay.
But shedding some light on it, I've got a few observations within the Cameroonian community I'm part of, and then at large as well. We dads, young dads especially, we suffer a lot in silence, and a lot of times we don't get that chance, to talk, because it's not a common conversation to have with a pal of yours, especially one who has not had a child. You understand? So I think on that part, it would also help young dads to also mingle with fellow young dads who are going almost through a similar thing, because then bouncing information off each other, they can learn something. They can share them up. They can encourage them. You see, because most of the times you find a young dad who's just got married and just had a baby, hanging out with someone who's probably been married for a million years or divorced or has 7 kids and doesn't bother about those things because he's already experienced this 20 years ago. You see? And then he can't share his experiences with these people because they ignore him and they laugh at him and he feels embarrassed. You see? So a lot of times they don't have that savviness to just be, you know, amongst people who share, who go through something similar, who can relate.
Who can relate,
just be to relate to your situation. You see, so the whole postpartum thing for dads, you know, I don't know much about the other, you know, countries and other races, but for Cameroonians, really, they struggle a lot with the aspect of the sex. You see, but your wife has been pregnant for 9 months, sometimes over, you know, and then during those 9 months, if you were a lucky one to have a wife who was pregnant and horny, then you were good, you know. Then if you're unlucky, some wives are pregnant, their moods go up and down, they change, and then they don't want to see. Sometimes some wives don't want to see their husbands around them when they are pregnant. It's like, you irritate me, get away. You
Absolutely.
know? You see, so, and then, unfortunately for some, they don't always have the, you know, most straightforward birth. You see, you know,
traumatic birth experience,
you know, the birth experience.
The birth experience matters as well. A lot. And
then sometimes we have unfortunate cases where it's not just as straightforward. So sometimes they get C-sections and forceps delivery. So all that trauma, you know, it really brings the mom to a position where she reconsiders everything. You see?
Absolutely.
And then we have the healing process. You know, sometimes it just takes a little longer to heal, and then you need that extra bit of time to get your mindset, you know, to get back in that mindset.
Thank you.
So, because the healing process is just one bit. The healing your wounds from the birth, everything is just one part. Then the mother getting back in her mojo, getting her mojo back on. That's a whole different journey. Sometimes some people never actually get their mojo back on. You know, so you need a supportive husband who will be flirting with you, you know, throwing you the nice words, just
reminding you that you're still attractive regardless.
You know? You know, so
it goes a long way.
I'm really talking here, you know, on behalf of supporting partners. You see, I'm really talking on behalf of supporting partners. Because let's face it, if you have a partner who is not supportive, trust me, they're probably not going through the same thing you are going through.
Absolutely.
You see, they probably are not going through the same thing you're going through, because if you have a supporting partner, he walks with you step by step. So everything you go through, he feels the pain. He sees you in your need and your time and everything. So if you don't have a supporting partner, that's a whole different story, because you might even be there giving birth or going through an operation, and he might be texting the next thing. You understand? Thinking of some next girl. So I'm not even interested. But you know, partners who do not support their partners. I'm just talking about supporting fathers. That they go through a lot. And then there's the issue of communication. For the sex bit, that communication is key.
Communication is key.
Sex is the act of attaining that pleasure. You see.
Exactly.
There's different ways. I know we, the Cameroonians, I know they are not so versed, or they shy away from the idea of sex, because for them it's just a thing where going to the room, turn off your lights.
You know, just
There's so many ways you can actually attain sexual pleasure without penetration. So you need to discuss that with your partner. You guys need to not shy away from those discussions, because that is what is going to save and grow your relationship. That's what's going to get you guys closer. Because if you cannot talk about things like that, why are you there in the first place?
Why are you there? Exactly. And then you start taking it out on pots and plates and everything else at home.
You see, you know, you need to be able to discuss that. Say, okay, yes, we cannot do any kind of penetration now because I'm in pain, I'm in this. But the woman has to understand that, yes, this guy too, he's got that pent-up frustration in him of the lack of sex. So he needs to get it out of his system. So they need to compromise. Like, okay, you know, let's do something to help us out. You see, so the two is comes down to communication, like you said in your last statement. They need to talk about it. They need to just talk about it. You know, find ways in attaining that pleasure. You know, meeting halfway. You know, you meet each other halfway.
Meet each other halfway.
Yeah. So I don't think, you know, that postpartum for dads, I don't think it's any excuse for any dad to go out there and cheat and then, you know, blame it on their wives who are still healing. You know, it's no excuse. You know, that's no excuse for cheating. That's no excuse for being an asshole father. That's no excuse for being an unsupporting parent.
Yeah, because some people blame it on, the woman is naughty, she's a naughty pregnant woman, she's using the pregnancy and the child against me, I'm going to go off and, you know, wonder. No.
It's that kind of thing. So I'm just calling today to say we love your show, we're here to support you, and hopefully we have many more sessions to educate people out there, because a lot of people need this.
Thank you.
You know, a lot of people need to hear this.
Thank
you.
So
I know someone somewhere read this today, and I'm sure it's going to change your life.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Salute to your audience.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you. This was brilliant. Guys, need I say more? Need I say more? That is some smart caller right there. He has just said it like, I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. So, yeah, that's a lot of information for us to assimilate. So I see Obi indicating that she's in the house now and she would like to call and tell her story. Obi, if you're there, you can ring that number now and let's have a chat. In the meantime, anybody else wants to call, then more please, more. We have some really smart callers today. Guys, I hope you're having fun because I'm enjoying this session. Okay. There goes our caller. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Good day.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So let me close the... So, I need to understand. What is the meaning of... Can you give me a definition of this topic, please?
The definition?
I don't want to get lost.
Okay.
I want to lead it on a try because some people have explained similar situations, but they are different.
Okay. So we're talking about how the mental health of parents affect relationships after childbearing, or let's just take it from pregnancy, because it's a whole journey through pregnancy, childbirth, and later. So we're talking about the challenges that both parties face. We're talking about moms or women last week, and today we are talking about the dads. How these mental health problems or disorders in after childbearing affect relationships.
Okay.
And we want the dads now to share their own experiences with us, you know, because I mean they have first-hand experience. This thing is abstract to us, the women. You know, so
I understand you perfectly.
Yeah.
But now the problem is... Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. The problem is, there is this ideology that women know the house and they know more about childbirth than men. But I don't think that is true, because for people living in Africa right now have their own way life faces them after childbirth. And people out of Africa have their own way. People in Africa, they have this system of the wife taking care of everything
after childbirth, the man is not participating. Totally everything. The way she might come up, all the man does is to go further, is to provide the household needs and what is meant for the baby. But the mother is left. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, but the mother is left out. Now, let's come. The people that, from my own opinion, from what I've observed, the people that face this situation more are the people, especially the Africans living out of Africa. Because now there's a conflict between two kind of cultures, which majority of African men are not used to. Now, when the woman gives birth, it's very clear that we need to support them to regain back their steps. But what if the woman thinks more of money making than the family? That's where the conflict comes in. Because you might be trying your best,
that's a valid
but
point.
she's thinking of regaining back the society, forgetting that there is a home. And that makes us, at times, when we want to talk, the three things come up and we get mute about it. Because you cannot force that person to get off that shell. Because at times, they think because they have a child, that's the end of it. But when we want to explain to them, it's like, oh, you have a plan already. That means very soon you will be out of the game. I'll be out of the game and a new person might take my place technically. But that is not the point. The point that comes in is that the women don't give the chance. That's the biggest problem. They don't give the chance, maybe thinking a different person is more better to advise them than you living with them. How does it make you? It brings down your spirit and everything. You tend to abandon everything. The way she wants to look, that's the way you take it. The way she wants to do, that's the way you take it. At the end of the day, we have nothing to say.
So
at the end of the day, we have. Yes?
No. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Carry on.
At the end of the day, we have nothing to say and we stay quiet. We don't express, because there's a time. Let's look at this period. A woman has given birth.
Hello? Reconnecting. Hello? Oh, I think the caller just got cut off. So I picked up one valid point from this caller's point of view, guys, about the financial aspect of these things. And especially for us in the West, you have, that's a major one as well, where sometimes the woman needs to go back to work like sooner than expected, just to make ends meet. So I don't know, according to what this guy is saying, he's saying that some women end up chasing that money and forgetting that they have a home to take care of. But then how do you blame a woman who wants to, especially in Europe, who wants to just keep your heads above the water? Maybe that's her own way of trying to support her husband. Maybe that's her own way of feeling valid, or feeling of regaining her sense of self, or just that sense of independence. Or when I say independence, I mean financial independence, and what have you. So all of those things, they matter. So if you see a woman rushing back to work after giving birth, it's for, if you, the guy, have a problem with that, then again, we bring it back to communication and compromise, because those are the two main things. You have to bring it, put it down, communicate. If the man has decided to be the breadwinner for such a time or such a period, then it's for him to communicate with his partner. come to a compromise so that it doesn't cause more friction on the relationship. I guess I understood the caller, but that's what I picked up from what the person called to say. Oh, this phone is tons. Or hello.
Yeah, I get you clearly. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, is this line? Is it a landline? Can I call? Is it a landline?
It's not a landline. It's a WhatsApp. It's a mobile number.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys. Can you hear? The speaker has gone off. I don't know. Just let me know in the comment section if you can hear the caller.
Yeah. So the problem is, despite communication, it is very dangerous this period, especially for parents who are having maybe their first child. Majority of the parents do not understand the way pregnant women operate at times, from what I learned from
new parents. Yes.
Now, after this period, I realized even married men even support the situation. That's why at times it's good to get married before we get into certain things, because at least marriage keeps that bond where you have to think twice before going for divorce. But now, a single boy and a single woman that happen to have a baby without marriage, they are reliable to separate, because that situation is kind of difficult to deal with it. The things a woman has maybe portrayed, the attitude she has portrayed during her pregnant period, makes it very difficult. Maybe the man thinks that who the woman is. The woman will always look at it as if that is the woman's real attitude. But now, how do we get out of this? There is nobody to explain certain things. I faced that situation before. I myself have faced the same situation.
Okay.
Where it was almost like it's not my house.
Bluetooth connect.
Yeah, it's almost like it's not my house. It is almost like I am living with someone because we have this child.
I can hear you, yes.
Yeah, it's like I'm living with someone because I have a child with the person. And it almost tends to be in a situation where communication is always almost like the way they respond to you when you actually give them an advice over a situation or over a topic. And that pushes the man to become mute. And anything you say, at that period, for a person like me, anything you say, I'll just say yes. Yes. And I keep saying yes, not because it was yes, but because that's the situation which I find myself in.
For the sake of peace, yes.
Yes. To get out of this situation now, I might find other things to distract myself. But everybody around me
don't spoil you.
about the way I actually act. Everybody around me tends to look at the situation. Because when I talk about Europe, it's because there are many laws binding the woman on how things has to be. But for a person like me, I don't follow all those things because it's not applicable in all situations. I don't follow all those things because it's not applicable in all situations.
Like for me, I always advise some people that, okay, if I say something to you, try your best.
Is it better now, guys?
Or if you have a negative impression from my statement, ask me that same statement again. If I have to repeat the same word for word and without explanation, then assume that's my statement. That's what I meant. But majority, when you say something, they don't even care to want to reason with you. Oh, why did you say so? What's the implication of this, what you just said? They just assume that is. They just assume with their own calculation. That makes communication very difficult. What happens? We still turn to find something to click on, and life goes on. Men suffer majority of this situation more than women.
but nobody is aware of it. Let me give you an example. We have kids in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's still after birth. We have kids in the house. Or you are growing up, your parents are there. Have you realized this situation where a child will come home to visit the parents, they have a present only for the mother?
Mm-hmm.
What about the father?
Yeah, these are the things. Yeah, these are the things that I mentioned. I don't know if you joined late, but I kind of highlighted these things.
Yeah, I joined late.
Yes, I spoke about we tend to educate people to look after the mom and the baby, and we kind of ignore the father's expectations or challenges or whatever they are going through. So we are trying to find a balance and communicate it.
The problem, so when you look at this situation, a person like me, for one, I always have this problem. My parents have already known me for that direction. I always just tell them, oh, please, this is how it is. If I'm sending money back home, my father is the one to receive the money. No matter if the money is to my mother or what, I make sure my father is the person who stands in the picture, no matter the situation. But
okay.
Majority of women spend their time.
Okay, I think other callers are waiting in the queue, and wrap up. You can just wrap up your thing, and then we'll continue on the comment section.
Is women should think.
Hello?
Okay, let me wrap up.
Yes.
Yeah, let me wrap up very fast.
Okay.
My own advice is that women should not actually think that because they say the house is meant for a woman, it means that a certain thing that has to take place. At least they should occupy their position. Let us occupy our own position. You can't be a man and a woman at the same time. That breaks every situation. That's why you find a situation where a man is having a child somewhere for years, but no one knows.
Okay.
What push that man to that direction?
Okay. Yeah, okay. I hear you. That one, you've mentioned some things that are actually going to come up subsequently in subsequent shows, because you've touched quite a few sensitive spots there. But because we are running out of time, we are going to and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, we're sorry. I'm so sorry. I know that was a bit long, but we'll get a hang of this. So we are making progress. So next caller. Also, sometimes a feeling of wanting to rush back to work are still signs of postpartum issues, as they feel they need to do something. Call. Okay, there's an incoming call now.
Incoming call.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hello? Yeah, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Just wanted to say you've got an amazing show, and we're rooting for you, and I just wanted to share a little bit of what I actually think about, the postpartum stress, or, in general, when a woman is pregnant and what the man goes through.
Okay.
I think, generally speaking, it has a lot to do with how the relationship between the man and the woman is, and how, because sometimes we always say the man has to support the woman, but forget to know that the woman has to support the man as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Usually the experience is quite new for both parties, and as much as the woman is going through a lot of stress, the man also thinks they have to be there for the woman.
Yeah.
So they're wondering what they can actually do, how they can make life better, how they can, just fill in all the blanks that, the woman can actually fill.
Yep.
So just because they're learning that process, the woman has to give them time and a little bit of, a benefit of the doubt, and instead of like pushing them and rushing them and trying to say, oh no, I expect you to do this,
Yeah.
and because it's always like, oh, the men are macho and they don't feel any emotion and they can do whatever, and you can send them in the middle of the night to get you, a milk if you really wanted to milk, you know what I mean? Or you can send them to the shop whenever, and even if they're tired, it doesn't really matter. So, it's all about support. And if the woman understands her man and is supportive, then the process is a bit smoother, and we're there for each other. So the man is there for the woman, and the woman is there for the man. Yeah. But in relationships where the woman is trying to prove a point when she's pregnant, and then it causes a lot of drama to the man, because in some relationships it happens. The only time a woman can get back to the man is when she's pregnant, and she comes up with random things, and it just becomes a whole stressful process. Yeah. Some men can only take so much stress. Yeah. And then they kind of break as well. So I think for a man, speaking from my own experiences and from what I've learned from other men, it's all about both parties understanding each other and actually being there for each other, and the woman being supportive and being tolerant, and just giving the man time to actually digest this new experience, because it's very, very it's a new experience. It's very difficult for the man as well. Yeah. And then after birth, the issues that actually would cause a man to stress would be looking after a child. It's not always easy, but the man is always willing to learn. Yep. So the man has a different way of seeing things, a different way of doing things from the woman. Yep. The conflict of interest comes in when the woman tries for the man to do things the way she wants to do things. So then it then takes away from that man the ability to impact anything to the kids the way that he would want. Yep. Because, like someone said before, there's always a perception that the woman knows best about what, how to deal with kids. But the man has a role, and hence, when there is always that conflict of interest, it does stress the man out a lot. Yeah. Yeah. So, so my advice is, it's a process where everyone has something to give to the child. Yeah. It might be just a little thing, just something that doesn't even make any, I'll give you an example. A man can, decide to actually give the baby a shower, for example, and then it decides what to wear on that child, for example, and the woman doesn't actually like it. So she's like, oh, you should have put a different clothes and blah, 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 stuff like that. And maybe the man did not actually match the right colors, but it's just something that he wanted to do. Yeah. And if the woman is always apprehensive and always wants things to be the way that, or the correct way, things like that will get to the man, and then they start, kind of isolating themselves from, wanting to be, part of that, parenting in general. Yeah. So it's just about understanding and just communication and being tolerant with each other. It actually helps. And, I think that's the most important thing. And I just wanted to say thank you very much. And it's an amazing show. Thank you. Keep going. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was brilliant. That was like, I can't say it any better, honestly. And I'm guilty. I'm actually guilty of some of these things that the caller highlighted, And I know many moms are guilty as well. So please let daddies play their role, because their roles are always, always, always ignored or undermined, and because they are expected to be macho, like the caller said, they kind of hold back and they don't express how exactly they feel, but these things hurt them. So that was a brilliant one. That was amazing. That was amazing. Hey, Auntie Bijou, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're sharing, guys. Please keep sharing. There's a lot of
information here from the dads that is going to help. Oh, Obi, please, if you are there, just comment. I know I lost you at some point. I couldn't follow up because I was trying to sort out the whole phone thing. So guys, we have 30 minutes to go. Calling from Amber. Neville, don't call from Amber. Call the phone. I'll call your name. Call the phone. Talk. If you call from Amber again, I'll bring you problem. Yes, I know. Guilty, Mama J. Yes. We are all guilty as charged. So we need to up our game. We need to get a grip. We need to get a grip. Okay. Hey, Daddy Bob the house. Daddy Bob in the house. Woo! Bobby, welcome. Yes, sometimes Auntie Jaja says sometimes the mom goes back to work just because moms don't necessarily rush back to work because they want to make money. Sometimes they see working as a break. Yes, because staying at home and just looking after the kids and having the exact same routine all the time can make you lose your mind, and it actually takes a toll on your self-esteem as well, and in fact just your sense of being, your sense of self. So going back to work could actually be a break. Yes, that's true. That's true. It doesn't mean you're less of a man or your wife controls you. Guys, if we wait for our guest caller from Nigeria, she's struggling with her own technical issues as well, and we were really looking forward to hearing her story, but it looks like for next week and wrap up, because there's a milk break waiting for me upstairs and I need to attend to my youngest boss before you hear him screaming the roof down for milk. Guys, please share. Before we go, we have to Makla, welcome. You don't come with time at the sign off. Guys, I'm so sorry we couldn't have Obi on today. She's been trying to reach me, like I said, for her story, and she had some more insight on the topic, but for some reason she's not been able to join us today. She says she's been trying to call to no avail. So we'll push that story to the next show, because I really wanted her to share her experience and some things that will be very useful for parents, new parents, and couples. Oh, by the way, there's another dad who sent me an inbox to say, how does a single dad deal with a situation where the girl just throws the pregnancy at him and he's not ready? Like, pregnancy is not planned. How do you expect him to react to that, and how do you expect him to be present in such a child's life when the pregnancy was pretty much forced on him? So since the daddies seem to have gone away, we'll probably leave that for next time, because that's another big topic, you know, how people react to unplanned babies, even married couples. It's not only for singles. So that's another thing that I wanted us to touch on, but I wanted Obi especially to throw more light on that, because she has a vast experience and she's in the field on things like that, to talk about those things. Like I said, she's a mental health advocate, and she will come on sooner or later. Guys, my soldiers are calling, so I will love and leave you. I thoroughly enjoyed the show today. Sorry about all the technical breaks. Sorry. I'll work on that, and I'm hoping that it is going to be more enjoyable to watch next time. So we've been on for about an hour and a half now, so I think it's time to sign off. Thank you very much, guys. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Have a beautiful week and have a beautiful weekend and a week ahead, and stay blessed. Oga will not finish no show. Sere, bye-bye.